Hello. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? I know I got this trampoline in my living room. I do. I have it. I have it. Some other stuff. Her basketball goal. Okay, did I start? Okay, is Harry really in trouble? Will Meghan become a billionaire with her jam? All right. Hello, Kimura. How are you doing, lovely lady? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, you guys would like to join my Discord? Let me grab it. I'm very slow with it. I'm trying to get some stuff in there for us to watch. Okay. Hello, welcome to the Mimi Show. Hello, SCJ. Hello, Nicola. Here is my Discord. If you guys want to join that, throwing that out there. Hello, hola, ¿cómo está? I wish I could speak Spanish. I do. Where's my fan? Hello, Payne. Well, hello, Lady Letitia. Thank you. I appreciate it. Didn't know. Never know when it's how it's going to turn out. I got some. I'm going to get started. Okay. We're going to do the Mimi song. How are you guys Sunday going? This is an impromptu live. I just decided to go live and talk about Harry and Meghan a little bit, the Santa Bala, and then his IPP status that they told him no and he's appealing that. So I guess he's just going to keep appealing until they say you can't appeal anymore. How many times can you appeal? Hello, SCJ. Muy bien. Bien. Did you get the notification, SCJ? We took a little bit out today. We took a little bit out to this place called Playland. Let me get her basketball goal from in the middle. Oh, you should see this living room. It looks like somebody just came in here and just ran and just said, F it. Like a tornado. Stepping on toys. Did you hear that? I just stepped on a toy. Okay, face back on. Hello. Okay, got it out the way. All right, let's do the Mimi song, okay? I can't believe she's not asleep yet. which means she's taking a late nap, which means she's going to get up late, and we got to try to get her in the bed early so she won't be tired for school tomorrow. So she's going to take a short nap. Yep, this is one of those short naps. God, I get excited when I see some of you guys, well, all of you guys up in here. I do. I get excited. What the heck? Okay. Jesus. What the heck? I'm coming back, guys, in just a sec. Uh-oh, it totally fell. Oh, here's my fan. Oh, I gotta clean up. I have to clean up. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Okay, where is it? It's the Mimi Show. Yeah, remember that version? It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Yeah. Hello, dictator. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Here. Sam. Okay, I'm looking for. Oh, why is it doing that? Come on. You know, I don't know what's going on with this and why it's doing what it's doing, making me mad. I'm going to have to email Sam. Oh, here it is. Okay. I found it. Okay. Oh, I must confess, 2 people have said to me, "Is that your grandbaby?" Do I look that old? Could be the hair. And I looked at my husband. I'm like, "Do we look like old people?" I don't dress. I'm not. I guess I'm the grandma. Oh, what time is it there, dictator? It's late, isn't it? It's the Mimi Show. Oh. We went to Playland today. I'm like, Magic, if you can't laugh at your own self, then take yourself seriously. People calling me, "Is that your grandbaby?" Oh, she's mine. She belongs to me. Oh, it's 1 in the morning. Thank you, Payne. I appreciate the compliment. I needed it right about now, since people calling me grandma. It's the Mimi Show. And we're going to get started right away. After this song, I want to pull up something for us to watch. It's a Mimi Show, a Mimi Show, it's a Mimi Show, a Mimi Show, it's a Mimi Show. Oh, 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 oh. It's a Mimi Show, a Mimi Show, it's a Mimi Show, a Mimi Show, it's a Mimi Show. Oh, 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 oh. It's a Mimi Show. Yeah, we went to a playground. It's a Mimi Show. And let Carol run around and play. It's the Mixie Show. It's the Mixie Show. I was trying to see what makes it go good. Mixie Show. Oh no, they didn't. They didn't mean any harm. They don't know. They don't know if I'm grandma or mama. And I could just be a young grandma, you know? I'm with you, dictator. No offense was taken. You're absolutely right. Payne, dictator, SCJ, my moderator. Mwah. All right, guys, let's get started. Thank you, guys. Grandma. I'm not a grandma. Be nice to reach that age to be a grandma, though. I'm a mother. All right, let's get to it. Let's gossip about Meghan and Harry.
But we have, it's no scoop without the royals. Harry and Meghan apparently in some hot water due to some of their foundation's donation dollars.
Oh, yeah. So Harry and Meghan's Archewell, for the last 2 years, 2023 and 2004, gave per year around $27,000 to a charity called the Milwaukee Muslim Women's Coalition, which is fine, except for the fact that the founder and head of the MMWC is a noted anti-Israel activist who has written op-eds basically saying that Israel is illegally occupying Palestinian land. She calls for them to leave, for them to be.
So they're supporting an anti-activist for Israel. They didn't know. How do you not know that this is what I don't understand. How do they not know who they're giving to? How do they not know these things? And the team that she has should be able to say, uh-oh, Meghan, don't use this. Don't use that, because they are activists for, I think it was, what were they activists for?
Who has written op-eds basically saying coalition, which is fine, except for the fact that the founder and head of the MMWC is a noted anti-Israel activist who has written op-eds basically saying that Israel is illegally occupying Palestinian land. She calls for them to leave, for them to be de-armed, and repeats the phrase that many see as anti-Semitic as from the river to the sea. And so we, News Nation and I, brought it to their attention, to Archewell, and said, hey, are you guys okay with that? And they basically, a source within the charity said, Thank you. We were not aware of this. Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
We
And
was
then
not aware
immediately
of
cut
this.
ties with the MMWC, sending the organization's founder a letter saying, you know what, we do not put up with hate speech or prejudice in any way. We're going to have to discontinue funding.
Look at that.
They've been
Paula,
doing
getting
it
things
for 2
done.
years.
Paula, thank you as always. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Go to
Did you guys know
joinnn.com
that?
to find News Nation on your screen.
SEJ.
And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News.
Sweetheart, SEJ, can you make sure that my chat is regular flow, please? Thank you. She better take a nap. If she doesn't take a nap, then we can keep her up.
She doesn't seem like she's sleeping.
Hello, Karen. How are you feeling? Hello, Diane. You never got a confirmation? You didn't get a notification that I was on? Sucky duck. Okay, let's go to another one.
But we have, it's no scoop without.
All right. Harry's
I don't
called
buy
a
any argument
twerp.
that he deserves anything. He's a twerp. He could easily be a royal, and he doesn't.
She called him a twerp. What's a twerp? That is awesome, Karen. Nice to know that you're feeling better. I'm sorry, Diana, that you did not get a notification. Oh, we miss having you, Karen. Yeah, it's 7. It's too late to take a nap. No nap. I'll help you keep her up, babe. It's the Me Show. God, now this song is stuck in my head. What's a twerp? Well, thank you for being here, Diana. We just started, so you didn't miss anything. What's a twerp? Just the name doesn't mean. She said he's a twerp. Like a traitor? Okay.
Doesn't want to be. I mean, what the late Queen, his grandmother, said basically to him was, "Yeah, well, you can't be a royal in California. It's as simple as that." Yeah. And that.
You cannot be a royal in California. It's as simple as that. You cannot be a royal in California. It's as simple as that. But then Harry and Meghan is going to make their own thing going on and say, yes, we are. We're going to be royals in California. I'm going to be the queen and he's going to be the king. And everybody's going to treat us like we're celebrities. Like we're the stuff, especially me, because I'm the Duchess of Sussex. No, I've been called a twerpadoo. Where's my girl, the introvert? She's always coming up with another to-doy. It's the Me Show. It's the Me Show. I know. A twerp is an idiot. Thank you, Karen. Harry is an idiot. Annoying and silly. Idiot. Okay. Got it. Nicola. It's the Me Show. I thought I was going to be in quiet and peace, but nope, the whole family is going to be doing a video with me.
Means that you're not entitled entitled to any particular treatment. It will be any police escort or police safety issues will be reviewed on a normal VIP basis. It's funny how he arrived in court with 2 bodyguards who paid for himself, presumably. But here we are, the British taxpayer, having to pay for the other side of the case. I hope he loses, and I hope he gets landed with costs, and I hope he goes home. The quicker he goes back to Trump's America, the better.
If he's coming for what's called a royal obligation, take, for example, he came last February to see his father after it was announced that the king had cancer. Harry made a fleeting visit to see him. On that occasion, he was granted.
That is Rocky Doolittle. Wham, wham, wham. That was Rocky Doolittle crying. He doesn't want anything. He just wants attention. And yes, he's not hurt or anything like that. He is on some other stuff. Spoil rottenness. Yeah. Oh. It's the Mimi show. The dog is singing too. Yes, Karen, that's the dog. That's little Rockadoodle.
Police security, I'm told. So it depends on what he's here to do. If he's here to hang out with some friends, perhaps not. If he's here
He ain't
to take
got no
part in something more
friends. What did
formal,
she say?
or if he's seeing the king, then he would be granted that.
Coming here to hang out with some friends. Did she not get the memo that Meghan got rid of all his friends when she came to town? He doesn't have any friends. Am I right or am I wrong? Harry doesn't have any friends. He ain't hanging out with nobody. Who, Harry? Your wife got rid of your family, your friends, your country, everything for you. She went up in there and swiped you clean. Yes, she did. She got rid of your country, your family, and your friends. There's no friends ado. There's no friends ado. They ran away. If they didn't run away, I would have ran. Harry, you can't hang out with them anymore. They're silly. It's all about me now, Harry. A friend. That just made me stop and think.
He says that's not good enough. He says that, in fact, he's been singled out for unjustified and inferior treatment by RAVEC, which is the committee that looks at royal security, that looks at VIP security for people when they come to Britain. Now, Harry's made it quite clear that he thinks that the king could have intervened to stop this from happening, to have his security reinstated. Harry's argument, of course, is that, OK, I've left the royal family, work as a working member of the royal family, but my threat remains the same. I'm still the king's son and should be afforded the same security as I was before.
And do we have an idea, Kate, where this will end up?
Yeah, I left the royal family and I left my royal duties, but so what? I'm still the king's son and I still should be able to get IPP status. I still should be able to get the royalties that are due to me because I am the king's son. But that wasn't what he was saying in that book he was writing, The Spare. He was talking bad about his dad and his brother. But now he wants something from them, from the country, from this racist country. Didn't you call it racist? When you said that when you and Meghan got on the Oprah show and said that the royal family was racist, you meant everyone. Because didn't it feel like when they said it, they were attacking you too, Londoners and UKers? Didn't it feel like, oh, no, she didn't disrespect our queen in the country. Totally disrespected it. And listen, she had just had a wedding. Like moments ago. Now all of a sudden they're racist. You weren't saying that when you was picking out that crown to wear. You weren't saying that when you was picking out what dress you was going to wear for the wedding. You wasn't saying that when Charles was walking you down the aisle. You wasn't saying that stuff back in the day when you wrote the queen a letter telling her that you were dedicated. She should have knew then you were a liar. I'm dedicated to this. I'm dedicated to you. I'm dedicated to whatever it is that you guys need me to do. That's what I'm going to do for the royal family. I'm going to be there. I'm going to support. I'm going to uplift. I'm going to be I'm going to be a part of this family. I told the queen I was dedicated to this, that I wanted this. Yeah, but you were lying to the queen. You were only dedicated for a certain amount of time. What, 15 minutes? Because that's how long you were in the royal family, 15 minutes. Yeah. She said that she wrote to the queen and told the queen that she was dedicated to this, to the royal family, to the monarchy, to the Commonwealth, to everything that they believe in. Meghan was, and I'm here for this. I wasn't thinking about coming back to California to make some jam. No, that was not on my mind. In opening up TIG Point 2.2, and I'm a founder. I want to be a billionaire. She's speaking things into existence that's not there. She wants to be a billionaire. Meghan wants to be a billionaire. That's it. Period. So she's going to do whatever it takes, whatever she needs, whatever it takes. Yes, it was personal. They both think they are entitled to everything when they aren't. They need hand back the things that Meghan stole. Yeah, starting with Harry, but y'all don't want him. She stole Harry. Scoopity doop. Yeah, they need to give the things back that they stole. Meghan's a taker. She's not a giver. She's a taker. I'm going to take from you. I'm going to take Harry. And I'm going to cut him off from you guys. And then I'm going to not only his friends, but also his family and the people that are closest to him. Now, as a woman, the women here today in my little chat, aren't we those women that encourage our husbands to be the best they can be for their families for the most part? You know, go visit your mom, go visit your dad, go visit your brother and his wife. Go visit. Spend some time with your brother-in-law and your sister-in-law, Tisha. Instead of trying to divide them. Oh, no, I don't want to go over there. I'm not going. You can go. And then Harry just decides he's not going. I'm not going. If Meghan's not going, I'm not going. Just like when the Queen invited him to, red alert. Honey, Eric. He says, I got her. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. She got a mask on with her piano. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Rewind on the wedding. She didn't get the tiara she wanted. She didn't want Charles to walk her down the aisle, and the list goes on. What do you mean she didn't want Debbie, that she didn't want him to walk her down the aisle? She wanted somebody to walk her. Harry had to ask Dad, can you walk Meghan down the aisle? But your dad is never there for you. Hypocrite. That's right, Kimora. She made no promises to the monarchy other than to hit the ground running and wanted to monetize it. That's what I'm talking about. She wrote to the Queen, Debbie. She said it on the Oprah show. I wrote to the Queen and I told her that I was dedicated to this. I was dedicated to whatever they needed me to do. This is when Oprah asked her. She said, Meghan, people are saying that you are doing all this so that you can boost your career. What sense does that make? That's what she said. What sense does that make? That makes no sense. I'm dedicated to this. I even wrote to the Queen and told her, no, you wasn't dedicated to the Queen. You wasn't dedicated to the monarchy. You wasn't dedicated to helping Harry become, great. This was Harry's moment too. I do truly believe that this was Harry's moment. He was marrying this woman that was going to be his helper, his helpmate, and then she runs off. She runs around demanding and controlling and taking over. What sense does that make, Oprah, that I would try to come to California and make something out of myself? Or use the royal family as merchandise or merching stuff. That's what you're doing. You're scamming jamming it. You're biscuiting it. I didn't even see the biscuits. I don't even know if there is any dog biscuits. But you're doing everything that you said that you wasn't going to do. You're doing it. Hypocrite. I like that. Kamara put a star by that. Ooh, okay, this is where he did go willingly. He didn't try to stop it or, Meghan, let's don't do that. No, he's a wuss. He's weak. He's a weakling. That's not cute. That's not sexy on a man at all. Being a weak man is not sexy. And Harry is weak. And women see that. Trump called him a pussy whooped. That's what Trump said. He's whooped up. He's gone. Harry ain't there no more. I believe that, Donald Trump. There's something going on with that relationship. It's not a marriage. It's a relationship. Hello, Judith. Thanks for saying hello to my mods. She probably wanted William to walk her down the aisle, okay? But she would prefer to have married William. Of course. I thought about that the other day. Now, how was that going to work? Think about it. Harry and Meghan out and about. Meghan's flirting with William. William reciprocates and says, Catherine, I'm in love with Meghan. What would happen? Wouldn't he get kicked out the kingdom? And they say, no, William, you cannot be king anymore. Harry's going to be king because you betrayed your wife. Like, what is the rules when it comes to that, if that had to happen, which we know would have never happened, but just be a big if. She was able to persuade William into leaving Catherine and the kids for her. It's that stupid stuff. She didn't want anyone to walk her down the aisle. She's a proud, confident feminist and didn't need an escort. The optics weren't a good, and the Queen and Charles stepped in. Okay, Debbie. That is, why did I hear, Debbie, that she asked King Charles to walk her down the aisle because her dad wasn't going to be there? And she lined up and down in the Oprah lied up and down in the Oprah interview. So why are you believing anything she said is the truth? Ooh, okay. Ouch. Debbie. Ow. That hurt. That's true. But did Meghan say that she asked King Charles to walk her down the aisle? No, I don't believe anything she says in that Oprah interview. But I thought I heard it somewhere that she asked as a matter of fact, Harry asked King Charles if he would walk Meghan down the aisle. I could have that wrong though, Debbie. Do you believe she picked up the phone and called the Queen about Prince Philip in the hospital? No, did she? Is that what she said she did? No, I don't believe that. She did want the king to walk her down the aisle. She did. Yes, she did. I would have. Hello, we do. Highly sensitive. I was just asking about you, girlfriend. Everyone to do. Ooh, girl, you know you're cute. Yeah, I don't think so either, Karen. I have to agree with Karen on this one. I don't think she phoned the Queen. I think that Harry phoned the Queen or King and said, hey, we're having issues with Daddyola over there in Mexico. No, Meghan never invited her dad. He was never coming to the wedding. He never got an invitation. He said it. Talking about she was going to send a car and some plane tickets and stuff and have him all set up. No, you wasn't. You were trying your best to figure out how you were going to get your dad from not coming. You didn't care, regardless if your dad, you knew you didn't want your dad to come. But I don't care. I don't think she cared about the controversy that was centered around it. I don't think she was sad or upset. Like she was telling Catherine, she was upset about her dad during the time that they were getting ready for the wedding. Meghan was going through. No, you wasn't. You're finna marry a prince, and you didn't want your dad there. It was simple. Because if you wanted your dad there, he would have been there. And a few other family members besides your mom. It was a joke. Wow, that was nasty. That's a nasty reason, dictator. She wanted Charles to walk her down the aisle, I think, to hurt her dad. Ow. That's mean.
Well, the trial continues today. We have a hearing again today. This is the second day. And it's really Harry's last chance for his legal advisors to make their point in court. But I think this has been a case where, because this has been rumbling on, and it so much depends on security and the security around the royal family, it has made the king made the king more reluctant to see his son, because while this has been rumbling on, it's been very difficult for the king to have any meetings with him. You'll remember when Harry came for the Invictus Games 10th anniversary service at St Paul's last May, he didn't see the king, despite the fact that they were both in London at the time. We've had a similar situation this weekend just past, where the king was still around before he came out here to Rome. Harry arrived in Britain, and the king had no time to see his son. So it's been a long time now since they've seen one another.
He ain't studying Prince Harry. He went right on with his business in Rome with his wife, with the Queen. Yeah, he didn't even blink. He didn't even look back and say, oh, is Harry coming to town? Who cares? That's something. Your son comes to town and you ain't there to greet him. Tells you what kind of relationship is going on over there. I believe Meghan uses Harry to do her bidding, and Harry is more than happy to accommodate her. Bingo! Bingo, bingo, bingo. That is exactly what's going on. Everything that Meghan wants, Meghan gets, period, from Harry. She wanted him to write a letter, to have Dr. Sophie write a letter on behalf of their friendship. And Dr. Sophie said, hell no. I'm not doing that. I'm not writing anything for a PR stunt for Meghan Markle. That is not going down. Not here today.
Another. This case hasn't helped at all. And I think everybody, both in the palace and in Harry's team, will want some sort of resolution.
Kate Mancy there. Many thanks.
That's what
That
Debbie
is Kate Mancy,
said.
the Times royal editor.
It's the question of whether he deserves full pelt security all the time, and why should he? He chose to leave the royal family, chose to leave the country. If he wants to come back and there's a reason for there to be security, then he'll get it.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because his argument stands. He is still the king's son, and therefore the threat to him is still very real. That argument is a very valid one, but it's difficult when somebody has chosen to remove themselves from that life. Because there is also an argument there when he says, I've been singled out, to say, well, you singled yourself out. So it is hard. And I suppose, as Kate Mancy was saying there, if you're doing it on a bespoke basis, what would happen, for example, if Prince Harry decided to come over every other week to meet friends for dinner?
Yeah.
That's quite a big cost to the taxpayer. Is that really okay? That's
a good point. That Times Radio Breakfast, we're talking things over with Andrew Billen and Edwina Curry. Neither the King or the Queen are getting any younger, and Charles has been in poor health, but they are keeping on working. The royal couple are in Italy on a state visit. A bit of contrast with Charles's younger son, Harry. He's no longer in the royal family, and he's in court trying to get the UK taxpayer to fund his security. Andrew Billen, Harry doesn't even need to be here for this. He's not actually giving evidence. He's sitting in the court making notes. When he got to the country, he didn't see Charles before Charles went off to Italy. So there's the psychodrama around it. But this boils down to the question is, does Harry require constant protection from the British state when he's in this country, or should it be done on a case-by-case basis? What does he deserve is the question.
Well, my 15-year-old daughter is a very wise young woman, and we were watching the news last night, and she said, doesn't Prince Harry have money of his own? And she's right. The trouble with privilege is that once you've had a bit of it, you'll never give it up, and it's never enough. Once you've had a freebie, you're going to wail like a banshee when it's taken away from you. I hadn't actually realised that the Court of Appeal is televised now, so we're able to see the briefs speaking, which was fascinating. But also fascinating in the Times today to hear that Prince Harry was using a black biro on a cream-coloured notebook. Well, I assume a cream-coloured notebook must be part of the repertoire of As Ever, his wife's no doubt excellent luxury goods company.
Well,
what a massive publicity, public relations error to do this. Turn out of a televised trial, moaning that you haven't got enough money to pay for an extra bodyguard.
Can I just add a note on that to Andrew's point? Because I was really surprised to see that too, Andrew. And we've just had a note, actually, a reminder from the courts, basically saying you cannot use this footage. It cannot be live streamed. I think it has been used somewhere.
Did they not know that people were going to do that?
I think it's been used by mistake, or it's been used sort of in error. It shouldn't be used, which is a sort of interesting.
Because they probably weren't necessarily expecting this level of attention, but it's going to get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Edwina, I guess the argument for Harry would be, he's a former royal. He served in the army. He has had threats against him. When he's in our country, we owe him something back. Do you buy that?
No, I don't. I don't buy any argument that we owe him anything.
We don't
I
owe
buy any
him
argument that
anything.
he deserves anything. He's a twerp. He could easily be a royal, and he doesn't want to be. What the late Queen, his grandmother, said basically to him was, "Yeah, well, you can't be a royal in California. It's as simple as that." Yeah. And that means that you're not entitled to any particular treatment. It will be any police escort or police safety issues will be reviewed on a normal VIP basis. It's funny how he arrived in court with 2 bodyguards who paid for himself, presumably. But here we are, the British taxpayer, having to pay for the other side of the case. I hope he loses, and I hope he gets landed with costs, and I hope he goes home. The quicker he goes back to Trump's America, the better.
Wow.
There we go, then.
Don't mince your words, Edwina.
Hello, Danny Robertson, nasty
I'm sure
booty.
people have a very strong opinion in either direction on that.
Third in the world challenge over his level of security in the UK. He's a twerp. that he should receive a different degree of taxpayer funding protection when in the country.
But the appellant does not accept that bespoke means better. In fact, in his submission, it means that he has been singled out for different, unjustified, and inferior treatment.
He whining again. You know they said that. He's whining again. Unfair. Leave me alone. He's the most privileged person in this world. He decided to leave. No one pushed him out. He decided to get the hell out of there. Him and Meghan. I do believe that. Sorry. I know some of you guys believe something a little different. Now, I pulled up this okay, it says Prince Harry reveals the moment he asked Prince Charles to walk Meghan down the aisle. The drama in the lead up, when is there not drama? When is there not drama? New York car chase, Oprah Winfrey, the wedding, the tiara, the bridesmaid dresses, meeting Catherine and William for the first time. I mean, you name it. The baby was a drama. The whole let's go meet the baby, let's go meet Archie, that was full of drama around that and suspicious. And we went over that with Dictator the other day, how the baby was a doll. It looked like a doll. The drama in the lead up to the royal wedding would be hard to forget, but in case you need a refresher, Meghan Markle's father, Thomas Markle Sr., was supposed to walk her down the aisle. Yeah, right. But after the stress of being outed for strangely staging paparazzi photos led to a heart attack, he couldn't make it. I don't think she was distraught. Meghan wasn't distraught that her father had a heart attack. As a matter of fact, she went with the wedding as planned. Like it wasn't like, oh, my father, forget that. Like nothing was going to stop her from getting married. Oh no, this was her ticket to the top. But not just ticket to the top. But after the wedding, she didn't go. Our call to check up on her dad after he had a heart attack. How do you not do that? There was some question as to whether Meghan would walk herself down the aisle or be given away by her mother, Doria. But in the end, she was accompanied by her soon-to-be father-in-law, Prince Charles. At the time, Meghan announced via a statement on Twitter that her father would sadly not be attending our wedding. She also said, I have always cared for my father and hope he can be given the space he needs to focus on his health. You didn't give a care about his health. Did she? Did she care about his health? Did she pick up the phone and call her daddy? Now, Prince Harry, this is that stupid stuff. Be honest. Now, Prince Harry is opening up about the moment he asked his father to walk his fiancée down the aisle. I asked him to, and I think he knew it was coming. Excuse me. And he immediately said, yes, of course. I'll do whatever Meghan needs and I'm here to support you. Harry, listen. This is the same dad that he wrote in the book and started saying nasty things about. Harry, this is the same father that you talk crap about. But he tells you, yes, he'll be there for Meghan. He'll be there for you. He'll be there for you and your fiance. He's going to help you out with this. But he's a bad dad? No, you sound like a spoiled brat. Harry reveals in this new documentary, Prince, Son, and Heir Charles at 70, which airs on BBC. For him, that's a fantastic opportunity to step up and be that support. And you know, he's our father, so of course he's going to be there for us. Despite some of his less than kind comments about the royal family, who is this? Meghan's father was glad that Prince Charles could stand in for him. Okay. At the time, he told TMZ that he was honored and grateful to Harry's father for walking his daughter down the aisle. He wanted to be there. Did you know about the drama before the wedding? Of course, this is news to me. On the day of the wedding, as Charles and Meghan approached, Harry the groom greeted his dad by saying, "Thank you, Paul. You've gotten say thank you. Just because he's my father, that doesn't mean I can't just sort of go, okay, that's all. I'll take it from here," Harry says of the sweet moment in the documentary before clarifying. No, that is what I wanted to say, but and I was very grateful for him to be able to do that. Watching the wedding on the tape after the fact, Camilla too noticed the sweet interaction between father and son. I think that was very touching. How? Harry talked about his dad in a whole book. A whole book. How you guys doing over there in the chat? Here, I'm going to drop the link if whoever wants to come up and hang out with me. I may have one more video. I'm not going to keep you guys long, okay? Just long enough for us to get ready for the week. Meghan's an enabler. Harry's yep, there you go. Harry is Meghan's enabler. That's right, Nicola. That's right. And Nicola is the one that did that beautiful picture, my thumbnail with the pink where it says Lady Letitia. Nicola did that for me. I'm very appreciative. Okay, they both are losing it. Hello, JD. The father and Markle Jr. reported are vacationing in Asia using the GoFundMe. For real? For real, JD? Wow. I do too. I love the thumbnail too. It's perfect. That's a shame. It's a shame that they're grifting. I thought they needed that money for medical bills. How much did they raise? How much did Lady C raise for them? Santabala has turned a bad corner. Oh, dictator, what do you mean? Did I post a link? What's going on, dictator? Well, that's not good. Hang in there, Santabala. Santabala. All right. Let's see what I have.
But we have, it's no scoop without the royals. Harry and Meghan apparently in some hot water.
Joining me now is Sky News contributor Louise Roberts and the Daily Express royal reporter Pandora Forsyth. Louise, so much to unpack here with Harry's court hearing this week. Which bits really stood out for you?
Well, Caro, I think it's the irrefutable evidence that Harry is at war with absolutely everyone, not only individual members of his family and, of course, the boss of his charity. He's now taking on the government, saying they should have never discontinued his police protection. And I just think what a legacy he's creating for himself as well. And I think the whinging and the moaning and those front page headlines really encapsulate how I think people feel about Harry at the moment too. And also let's address this conspiracy theory that he's introduced, a rather robust one, saying that the privileges were stripped from him and Meghan in order to force them to stay in the UK as working royals. Now, if that's true, that would have been something that would have been presumably signed off by the Queen when they had the Megxit summit in Sandringham in 2020. This is before, of course, Harry and Meghan actually left the country. Now, I find it, if those threats were made very transparent to the royal family at the time, especially the Al-Qaeda threat, he's basically saying they were playing mind games in order to keep him in the country. I just find it absolutely staggering that the Queen would sign off on something like this, and also Charles and William, who of course were at that summit too, despite the bad blood clearly that was between them at the time.
Louise, does Harry have any point here? Like, is there any part of this that appears substantive? Obviously, he lost at first instance. This is an appeal. But is there any good that can really come of this for him?
Well, even if he does technically win the appeal, there's nothing to say that the security privileges will be reinstated. And what he will be left with is a very bad taste in the mouth of obviously the Met Police and the Home Office as well, who will be reluctant to engage with him on any level, I think, after this, given he's really taken them on. I mean, to actually sue the Met Police and the government, I think, is a crazy decision. Very unlikely to win in a way, but he's done it as a point of principle. In fact, he described this court case, while harrowing and emotionally draining for him to attend and actually hear the evidence, especially the secret evidence, which he says vindicated his position, to actually keep pursuing in this way just seems a bit mindless to me.
Pandora, an interesting report this week that, you know, is a corollary to this, but also separate and more broad, I think. A report that Harry's becoming less popular by playing the victim. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, this is interesting. This is a comment actually from a royal author. Now, anybody who writes a book about the royals, obviously a lot of it is to do with commentary, but it's all put through legal. So bear that in mind when books do come out. Perhaps there is some smoke to the fire. But essentially, I mean, we sit here every week, don't we, ladies? And we talk about Harry and how the public reacts to it and how the media reacts to what is the latest in the headlines from him. And I think the issue is now with Harry is that we've heard all the secrets coming from the royal family and what happened behind those walls, whether that be in books, whether that be in interviews, and people are getting a little bit tired of the same old rhetoric coming out from him, and understandably so. We haven't heard anything really new coming out recently, and of course he's an extremely privileged individual. Yes, he has stepped down as a senior royal family member, but yet he is still a multi-millionaire living in a life of luxury, which many people can't afford to do. We're on the brink of recession. We'll talk about tariffs in a minute. I mean, I'm not an economic journalist, but I don't think you have to be one to understand what's happening with the world at the moment. And people are tired of hearing this man who is in such a privileged position.
Hello, dictator. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Here we are again.
I know, I'm doing great.
From London.
So it's late there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to sleep because I had a nap earlier, so I'm wide awake.
Oh, you took a nap earlier, and see, my daughter hasn't taken a nap, so she's not going to take a nap. We keep her up, and I'm going to give her a bath, and I got to wash her hair today. It's trying.
Sometimes it's better just to keep them awake, isn't it?
Yes. I don't know what I'm going to do with her hair. It gets tangled, and, you know, the water doesn't get it from being untangled. I have to spray some, spray some spray in there, try to loosen everything up. But anyway, it's a chore. It's a chore. It's
Got to set aside a couple of hours for it.
Yes. So you were saying that something was going on with Santa Bala.
I've got more news for you. I'm like hot off the press. Every time you're on, I got more news for you. So I don't know if this is true. I heard this today, not that long ago, and I saw some evidence, but I don't know if it's correct. So when Dr. Sophie was going through all the accounts, she noticed a certain when the recipients of the money and who gets paid and whatever, there is a certain name on there called the Sussex Squad, who was getting paid from Centre Barley.
Shut up! Oh
It's
my
absolutely
God!
true. Absolutely true. And so that's why she said, right, I'm going to start investigating what's going on with this money. And that's why she's gone to the Charity Commission and reported it all to the Charity Commission. And that's Harry's gone, oh my God, let's sack her. And make her look so bad, make her look this terrible person to cover up what he's done, allegedly. And that's why Harry's ran. He's just resigned and he's run.
Wow, dictator. That is so interesting. So when they were looking through his papers and all the information,
All the charity accounts,
the charity accounts.
Yeah.
They were looking through the charity accounts. They saw the Sussex Squad in there. Ooh. They in trouble.
I had to get my cat. Sorry, my cat's meowing like crazy.
Oh, sure. Take your time. Hello,
She's here
Maria.
now. She's here now.
Hello, Christine. Oh, look at my super chat. Everybody put some hearts in the chat for Christine for my super chat for my baby's birthday party. Woo-hoo. Thank you, Christine. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is shocking.
Yeah. So that's why she's reported it to the Charity Commission to make it look like, it's all done properly. It's all getting investigated.
Okay.
So
I
now
want you repeat it one more time. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this lady who came on, she had the evidence. Again, I don't know how real it is or whether her evidence is fake. I don't know. But Dr. Sophie went through all of the years of the accounts and who was being paid out and various things. And then she found the name, the Sussex Squad, benefiting from money.
Wow.
Literally, it said Sussex Squad
but
in the
you
paper.
Remember, because you remember that I believe Dan Wooden said it, that the Sussex Squad was getting paid.
Yeah, they've been getting paid all these years, from somewhere.
Ooh.
And allegedly through Santa Barley. So that's why Sophie's gone right straight to the Charity Commission, reported it all properly. And that's why Harry's gone completely crazy. I'll get her out, try and, he said, right, he went into the meeting and he said, right, I'm going to replace the chairperson with this person right now. Dr. Sophie's bad. She's misusing funds, not me. It was her misusing funds. And so, and then Harry's just ran because it's all going to come out.
He ran. He quit.
He quit. Both of them, him and the other prince. They quit. So I don't know how much that's true, but apparently it is.
I wouldn't be surprised. That, I mean, it sounds right to me. It does.
Yeah.
It sounds right to me. Because
and Archwell's in trouble on the other one that you just played as well.
Yeah, what's going on with them?
The one that you played earlier, where they've been giving money to that lady.
Yes.
Oh, so these charities are not been used appropriately.
And they've been giving money to these charities that aren't on the up and up.
Yeah. Yeah.
For 2 years. How do you not know that? How do you not check and find out who you're giving it to? They knew.
They know who they're giving it to.
They knew, dictator. Yes.
In fact, she said, "Oh, when the prince is in the room, nobody says anything. You know, the prince just does what he wants." And you go, "Yeah, we now know why."
Yeah. Wow, that is interesting. Thank you for that.
Position moaning about what lots of people would just get on with. And I think especially the British, we have this phrase sort of like, just get on with things, power through. And perhaps that's not great when it comes down to mental health. But when it does come down to lots of situations, you just have to power through. And unfortunately, lots of people who
I ain't never went skiing with my family before. I've never been on the mountain skiing. But he talked about his dad in his book, saying he wasn't a good dad. He didn't ride a bike with me. Are you kidding? You get to go on a ski trip. You got a whole ski to do. And then you're complaining in the book that your father wasn't there for you, but he walked your Jezebel down the aisle. That's how we know he's just a little liar, too, and a little whiner. People are getting sick of his whining.
We've been sick of it for years. We just want it to stop.
JD, Harry got a hefty sum incident to trip to Ukraine.
Yeah, he got £2 million to go to Ukraine.
Recently.
Yeah, the last couple of days he was there, £2 million apparently. But he
Wow.
went on behalf of Invictus, but he got paid £2 million to go.
How is that charity doing?
I think that's the next one. They're going to start investigating that one, I think.
Oh wow. Well, they're gonna start showing the money that Meghan spends on her stuff. How much money they're spending on them instead of actually spending it on the charity.
Yeah. Well, we know how much Invictus had to spend on her clothes and jewelry just for a couple of days.
Right. Hundreds and thousands of dollars on.
Yeah. Clothes and jewelry just for her. Jeez.
Ooh, Karen says they are spending the money for themselves and probably making up false names and charities so as they have the money given to the charities. Ooh. I think we're going to find out some
Money laundering. It's called money laundering.
Yes. Oh, so basically they're saying, oh, we're giving the money to charity, but we're keeping it. Ooh.
Yeah, so when you do your accounts, you go X, Y, and Z went to this charity, X, Y, and Z went to that charity, and this Y, and Z, and the charities don't actually exist.
Oh.
And it turns out they're actually keeping the money.
Wow. That's nasty.
Yeah. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Everything's allegedly.
Allegedly.
And Highly Sensitive agrees with you too. I think that people are saying that they paid for his Ukraine trip recently $2 million in Ukraine going through a war.
Yeah. You can go to Ukraine, but you can't come to London. Ukraine is safer than London, apparently, to Harry.
That's that stupid.
That's that stupid stuff.
That's that stupid stuff. They having a war. He all over there doing what he doing. He need to get somewhere and sit down. Wow, that is so interesting. He went to. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just replying to Christine because I've got the comments on my phone. I didn't hear that the trip didn't happen. As far as I'm aware, he did actually go to Ukraine.
And he went there, Karen, for Invictus reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, he did, Debbie.
He went to a war zone. How's she doing?
She's good. She's still on.
She's still like wide awake.
Yeah, I think so.
That's good. It's 8
At
o'clock.
this point, we should keep her up.
Yes, for sure. And if she gets sleepy, let me know. I'll get off and give her a bath.
Okay.
I have to wash her hair.
That's exactly Nicola. I don't know.
I would be so scared. Yeah, $2 million. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, Nicola, I'm with you on that. The Megxie was in New York City Bazaar. Oh yeah, she was at the gala at the theater. Christine. And then she had all these cars following her like she was William and Catherine. They're blowing through money. Do you think so, Dictator?
Oh, yeah, they are. They really are. These court cases are costing him millions. That's why I think in the end, when he was taking the press to court and he was the Dragon Slayer, he just had to agree and they had to settle because I think the legal fees were just in like 10 million.
Ooh.
They're in like, yeah, up until like double figure £1 million, and they had to settle because he wasn't going to get the settlement that he wanted, or the settlement was going to be less than the actual court fees, and they had to just settle because in the end the actual court case wasn't actually about anything at all. The same thing as this one. It's not actually about anything at all.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love when you're up here, girlfriend.
Yeah, so they're just burning through cash. And so the one with about the newspaper when he was slaying dragons, that was up to about 10 million. This one is his third appeal for the security. His third one.
Appeal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this one must be up there in the millions and millions as well. So he's burning through cash.
How many appeals can he have? I wonder, is this the last one?
I think at this point, because the courts and the judges can actually turn cases away because
appeal.
Like the judge can say, look, you're beginning to waste the court's time because there's no case here. I think that was also the issue they had with the court case when he was taking the newspapers to court. Eventually they had to settle, one, because the legal fees were too high, and secondly, there was no case, and he said, you're beginning to waste the court's time. So they just closed it, and I think they'll probably do that with this one. You've been told 3 times it's not going to change. Just let it go. We're not going to hear it again.
Wow. Okay. People want to know in the chat, why did they give him $2 million to go to Ukraine for the Invictus? Invictus gave him $2 million
because he's the ambassador for the charity, and
right. You have to go and do something.
Yeah, and I mean he's the founder, but he's also the ambassador, and so they have a certain they can charge a certain fee, an appearance fee for going. Because technically it is their time, so they can get an appearance fee.
Oh wow, that was an appearance fee, guys. The greed. I'm with you, Christine. God knows what Harry is telling the Ukraine government. I'm probably like, I would be surprised if they met.
No, I don't think he met. I think sometimes you give Harry way too much credit that he's this intelligent person. He's really not. He's, like they said, he's a twerp. He's not.
He's an idiot. He's a twerp.
He's a twerp. He's not a dangerous person.
No.
Yes, Nicola. He's a vexatious litigant. That's what they call him. people that continuously sue all the time.
Oh, no, Christine. He had a belly? I noticed Harry had a weird walk and gut coming out of the court. Or am I being petty?
Weird walking gaits. He's probably drunk or high, Christine.
You probably saw something. Okay, let me see what we got, guys.
Side from a public perspective,
Look at little Harry and
Daily
William.
Express, and a lot of them are
Anything
leading
like
to
kids.
actually. You just have to power through. And unfortunately, lots of people who were on Prince Harry's side from a public perspective, we now do polls at the Daily Express, and a lot of them are leading to actually, no, we don't have a lot of patience now for Harry, which is a shame, because at one point he was one of the most popular royals for us in the UK. So it's a very sad set of circumstances, actually.
Absolutely. It really is a sad set of circumstances, and I don't know how or when it can possibly get better. But
them men invent wigs, but yet and still they try to bash us.
Joining me now is Sky News contributor Louise Roberts and the Daily.
The British, we have this, that's not great when it comes to on Prince Harry's side from a public. A lot of them are leading to, because at one point he was one of the most popular royals for us in the UK. So it's a very sad set of circumstances, actually.
Absolutely. It really is a sad set of circumstances, and I don't know how or when it can possibly get better. But
them men invent wigs, but yet and still they try to bash us for wearing them.
They invent heels too.
Yep. That part. Like, so I'm like, and makeup.
Okay, let's check this out real quick. Let me see if I have any more.
But we have, it's no scoop without the royals. Harry and Meghan, apparently in some hot water due to.
Okay, they're using my, okay. Okay, here's one more. This is our last one. I'm gonna do this one. Let's see what
Prince Harry
about.
I'm confused. The UK or Ukraine? Prince Harry clearly thinks the latter is safer. I'm Nana Aquia. This is GBN Royal. Prince Harry left the UK supposedly searching for privacy.
Yeah,
something that he
Diane.
clearly didn't want, because he and his wife then went on to spill their guts on self-made billionaire Oprah Winfrey's chat show. She is arguably the most famous host in the world, so he could talk down his own family and allow an accusation of racism to be levied against them, which I should imagine didn't help their safety much either.
The prince and his wife. We want privacy! We want privacy! Thanks for having us on the show. It's so awesome to be here. It's great. So let me start with you, Sam. You've lived a life with the royal family. You've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where?
Then he went on and wrote a whinge fest, Spare or where he whinged about his family again and again and again. We got to hear about his frostbitten penis and 8-hour cream. He went on about drugs he'd taken, which was somewhat unwise if he wants to stay in the US. And he revealed his kill count, which massively compromised his safety and that of his family. And aside from all the libel cases he has or had on the boil, who knows where we are with all of that, he's currently in a legal battle with the Home Office because he wants the same high-level security he had as a working member of the royal family, which is paid for by Muggins here, even though he has made it clear that he hates the UK. The reason? He believes he is not safe in this country. Yet he's been on faux royal tours to arguably two of the most dangerous places in the world, scam capital Nigeria and drug capital Colombia. On one of those visits, his wife Meghan waited for him in Heathrow Airport because the UK is apparently too dangerous. She didn't want to step out. No sooner had Harry finished court proceedings regarding his case for royal protection and the risk he believed his family face if they were to come to the UK, he hot-footed it to a war zone, Ukraine, where tanks, drones, ballistic missiles are being fired at will on a daily basis. So I ask again, the UK or Ukraine?
Ooh.
Which one is safer? It doesn't take a genius, does it? Yeah, he went to see wounded soldiers. Frankly, in my view, a very dangerous PR exercise, endangering not only him, but those tasked with ensuring
Losing his
safety.
hair, ain't he?
Seriously.
He's lost his hair.
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit... Using the internet without a VPN...
But those tasked with ensuring...
Look at that. It ain't doing too good.
I just shave it off at that point. Just shave it off.
Just shave it off.
Shave it off.
Get rid of it. Just shave it off. Just lower it, especially on the sides.
Yeah. Just take it all off, even the sides. Take it all off.
Yeah, that is not sexy. Yeah, just take it off. It'll look much better if you just go bald. It hurts.
It's really not.
Ensuring his safety. Seriously.
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment. Private internet access is available for Windows users. Mac.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
In the meantime, his wife, Meghan Markle, is pursuing yet more vacuous offerings, like her word salad of a podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder.
Whoa.
More like Confessions of a Gold Digger. No, I'm sure she married Harry for all the right reasons. The opening gambit of the podcast, a Gold Digger. No, I'm sure she married Harry. Markle is pursuing yet more vacuous offerings, like her word salad of a podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder. More like Confessions of a Gold Digger. No.
Ooh, Confessions of a Gold Digger. That was good. I like that, Nana.
I love her. She's great.
That's exactly what she is. She's a female founder of a gold digger. She's a gold digger. She needs to talk about how she landed this prince, how she stalked him until she found him, and then tell us how she was able to separate him from his family and his country and his friends. Who can do that? Like a person that can do all of that crap-ola, and she did it. Totally separated him from everything he knows, from everyone he knows. Now he's just looking like an idiot. He does.
I'm sure she married Harry for all the right reasons. The opening gambit of the podcast contains phrases like, "Is your bucket feeling depleted? Perhaps you're thinking about how exactly you might reorg yourself. Or maybe you're taking stock in your actual stock." Utter nonsense. Maybe that last one refers to one of her non-concoctions on the other utterly pointless offering, her series With Love Meghan on Netflix. Who knows? Who cares? These two have so much money. I wish they would do what they said they would do and go away and get the privacy that they seek. I know you're probably going to respond with, well, don't give them the oxygen of publicity. I hear you. I would love to leave it there.
Yeah.
But sadly, their own PR machine and the Sussex squad would kick in and you would have just a one-sided view.
Of a gold
I
digger.
can't allow that. Plus, writing this is so much fun. The way I see it is these two need to be exposed for their absolute hypocrisy. And whilst they may get the exposure they seek, given what most people are saying about them and the stories coming out about their behaviour, I hardly think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I made an announcement the other day that I was going back to the Mexican community. If you guys if you are aware of the Mexican community, I'm going back to that group. So that's where I'm going to be from now on. So I know I was on live with some of you the other day. I deleted it. I didn't like how it sounded. I kind of sounded a little, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out. But basically, I think for me, I'm going back to the Mexican community, meaning, how should I say it? Maggie's in I think it's called the T sector. And I feel like I came over here with her, but now I'm leaving. So you won't see
stay
me.
away from the drama.
Yes, you won't see me in people's chats, texts, panels, and all that. I told Maggie I would come visit her every now and then and just check on her and see how she's doing. But for the most part, I'm leaving. I've left. And I feel great about it. So, not
Good
that
for your
anyone is
mental
going to
health.
miss me, but yes, thank you, Dictator. I appreciate that. So,
Do you? It's a little bit of a juxtaposition here, isn't it? He's having a court case about security because it's so dangerous in the United Kingdom. It's dangerous. Yet he's just gone into the middle of a war zone in Ukraine.
He has. Obviously, he was in the capital. Is it Lviv? I think I'm hopefully saying that correctly. And he has been asked to visit this center before. I think is it the
so this is where he
the
was.
center where they're
He
putting
did go to
prosthetics on
Ukraine.
people who've been wounded from this war. We saw Prince Harry with one of the children that's been very badly burnt, a bystander within the war. So, I think this sort of harks back to the work that his mother did a good few years ago. I remember we saw that famous picture of Diana with the girl in Africa that had been injured from warfare there, and I think she had lost limbs. So this is very much in Harry's heart. Harry has been at the forefront of this kind of work for a long time prior to his wedding. When I was at the wedding, I saw a lot of people coming to the wedding without limbs, and he's had that in his mind for a long time. So to be asked to go and be there for these people, yes, he's in England, he's doing the court case, and there was an opportunity for him to go from here, quietly visit and get out before anybody knew that he was there.
No, Jack. He said it's too dangerous in the UK, yet he's gone to a war zone.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's actually fighting his own security, but yet he's okay to travel there, where there are drones, missiles, and everything.
So I think what we're missing is what he's fighting is he's no, not quite. I think he's fighting to have the protection for his family,
really?
and I can completely understand.
I hadn't left, but I wasn't really in it. I was wrapped up into it to SEJ, with Maggie and Jag and all of that stuff. I was wrapped up into that. I feel like I had left and but I'm leaving in a big way. Like, I'm just gone. We won't. No more. I'm gone. So I feel a little free, from it all. So I felt like I had disattached myself from the Mexican community, and I didn't realize that until the other day. The biggest thing is where people were telling you where you can go, where you can't go, who you can listen to, who you can't listen to. I'm done. Yeah. So that is, let me put them back on. So he was there.
he is a member of the royal family. He has had that royal family protection taken away from him. So all he's doing is fighting for, his royal protection rights that he felt that he should have. I mean, we've seen countless prime
Love you too,
ministers
Maria.
in England that are in power for about
No,
5
she
minutes,
did.
no names mentioned, and yet they have protection for the rest of their lives. So I don't think he's asked.
I know what you mean. It's like one of those things, bear with me. It's like one of those things that you're in, and I kind of got what Maggie was saying, like you're in it and you don't know how to get out of it because you're so drawn to it. And I was drawn to it, drawn to it. And I didn't realize that I could leave until I talked to my husband. I was like, honey, I can't do this anymore. To the point I was going to just shut down my whole system, but not this, but just shutting it down. And I did shut it all down. But I didn't realize how it was affecting me mentally and emotionally, just all of it. And so I feel my happiest when I'm over here with you guys. So Letitia, I hope you are serious this time about staying away from the drama. Staying away is the best for your family and yourself. That is true. Now, I did send a note out to, like I said, I sent a note out to Maggie, and I told her, I said, listen, girl, I'm out. I said, so if you don't see me, you just know that I'm around, but I'm doing Meghan and Harry content only. So, yeah.
Anything unusual in
Well,
England.
no, being political is different, isn't it? Like if you're a politician, an actual proper politician doing actual political stuff, then, you've made policy changes that could affect people's lives, then you probably are slightly at risk, and we've seen what's happened.
Good night,
But as
sweetheart.
far as I can remember, nobody's hurt anybody in the royal family, so I don't see what his problem is. He's gone to Ukraine.
Yeah, no family members have been blown up in boats in Ireland. So things have happened to royal family members.
Yeah, but he could get blown up in Ukraine, though. So if he's going on about his protection, why has he gone there?
He does have protection that he pays for, but what he's fighting for in England, he can pay for his own. No issue with that. We all in agreement. But I think that the problem is he's just fighting for what his family all have anyway, and that's I think why we don't see his family being brought over to England.
Sorry, Charlie.
No.
Look at this.
But the working royal term.
These people need the money. These people that he's going to visit need that $2 million. They're over there in a war right now, and he's sitting over there like an idiot in it, getting paid to go to Ukraine. But it's dangerous in the United States. Dangerous in the UK. That's that stupid stuff. It just blows my mind how he can just take money, the greed of it all, and not think of the people he's taking it from.
Yeah, but that's the job though. With as an ambassador, as the founder of the charity, they go and they do these appearances, and they go to war-torn, highly dangerous places like Ukraine, and they have to kind of be compensated for their time, really. So they get an appearance fee.
Wow.
Because technically he could be going off doing something else to make money. So they have to compensate him for his time. And, these court cases are not cheap, and the security.
No. Hello, Meghan. Exactly, Christine. The real love story is Eric and Letitia. Aww. That's so sweet, JD. Yeah, I guess he's got to get. Oh, yeah, I love you, M&H Continent Dictator's great addition. She is.
Thank you,
used to
Christine.
come up on here and give some information too. And she used to give us links and stuff to Meghan stuff. So, Christine, you're going to have to come join us sometime on the panel. I don't know. Where is Dale? Let me text her real quick. And I'll let you guys listen to this. We're almost at the end of this.
All right, well, Jack Stooks and Nana are queer. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
That is so crazy to me.
But we have, it's no scoop without the royals. Harry and Meghan apparently in some hot water due to some of their foundation's donation dollars.
Oh, yeah. So Harry and Meghan's Archewell, for the last 2 years, 2023 and 2004, gave per year around $27,000 to a charity called the Milwaukee Muslim Women's Coalition, which is fine, except for the fact.
Okay, where are you talking from?
Me? I'm London.
No, not you, sweetie.
Oh.
This lady right here is in the background. Oh, boy. Okay, it must be on a different page. Oh, I can't get her to shut up. I can't find her.
Who are you looking for?
Yeah, like I lost it. Oh, here it is. Shoot. Okay, back to us. Yeah, I know, Letitia. I stay modding for 4 hours, not knowing what anyone's talking about because I never watched over there. Just knew stuff from you, but still had your back always here for you. Thank you. With the adorable daughter. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Oh, we're a sweet couple. Thank you. Yes, build up the courage, Christine. Yes. Yes. Any and everybody is invited. If you come over here and hang out with me, you want to come on the stage and, express yourselves about Harry and Meghan, through voice instead of through chat, you're more than welcome. Where's Sunflower? She's ready to go to the mall with you in Dallas to buy that jam. I know. Where's Sunflower? She must didn't get the notification. 4 hours is a long time. There is a cure group that have always had LL's back and came back live after live. It's wholesome. It's been great, guys. It's been wonderful hanging out with you, wonderful, wonderful people, and getting to know you. And your thoughts are just awesome. I love reading your chat. I love being in the chat, Dictator. Sometimes I get off track because I'm trying to be in the chat.
Yeah, that's all right. You do a great job.
Thank you. Do you have any more news for us today?
That's it from me.
That was good.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sure the next time you come on, I'll have plenty more because things are happening pretty fast.
It is happening pretty fast. Just so if you missed it, FYI, Dictator told us that they have found some Sussex Squad payments while they've been investigating this Sanabala situation, and they are looking at some receipts that have the Sussex squad on there. They believe, and this is allegedly, that Meghan and them have been ciphering money from the Sanabala charity and paying the Sussex squad. That's going to be a kicker.
That's bad.
Very bad. Very bad. That is just like, gosh. Like, why not take it out of your own charity? Crazy. Well, guys, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, probably if they investigate Archwell, they probably have.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Pay for those pipes. Remember, he said his pipes were messing up.
Yeah.
At the house.
Yeah, and 16 bathrooms not flushing well.
16?
Yes.
God dang. That's a lot of bathrooms.
That's a whole lot of crapola going on there.
It is. That's, oh, God, imagine having to get that fixed. Well, now he's not a prince anymore. Well, he is anyway. But he's got to get out there and get his work clothes on and get up in there and get under them pipes and see what he needs to do, or hire somebody to get that done, Harry.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Before you didn't have to worry about pipes. Now you do. Ooh. What a situation.
You've got a whole lot of worrying to do pretty soon.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope that you enjoyed our short little live today. It is Sunday. It'll be Monday for you, right, Dictator?
It is. It's nearly 2:30.
Okay.
I'll see if I can get some sleep.
Yeah. What did Christine say? Excessive piping. LOL. My God. I would be like, I'm finna go. As soon as I found out that I would have to do all this stuff when I got here, first of all, I would have never left. I would have told her, you go. You go. If you want to be in California so bad, you go. Harry the plumber. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night, Dictator. Okay.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
And I want to thank you again for being on my panel, for the news that you brought. We love having you. You are a bright star here on the Mimi Show. So thank you for coming up and being a part of my show. I really enjoy you. I really do.
That's lovely. Thank you, everybody. Good night to you all.
Good night, Dictator, and good night, Christine, highly sensitive, Diane, SCJ, JD, Nicola, Cupid, Megan, Diana. And I want to thank Christine one more time for my super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm going to put it towards my daughter's birthday party. I appreciate that so much. And then I put some stars on some other stuff. Kimora, good night, Kimora. But I want to say, yes, you're right. They are hypocrites. And Diana said, I believe Meghan uses Harry to do her bidding, and Harry is more than happy to accommodate her. I do believe that as well. Thank my moderator, SCJ, for being so awesome. And I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday night and a wonderful Monday.